I've been running a software consultancy for about 3 years. My first client was worth about 8,000 USD. My most recent clients have been worth about 70,000 and 100,000 respectively. This is a video about how to make your clients worth way more. I want to start off with a really quick story. So I hire a company to help me with editing these videos. I record every day. I have a lot of stuff. I don't have time to edit. I don't know how to edit. We've been working with the same company for a while. And one day the founder comes to me and he says, hey, listen, we're going to do a bunch of upgrades for our service and we're going to do this and this and this and this. We want to be worth more for our clients. From that list, I told him, the reality is only that last thing that you actually said is really going to add value here, at least in my situation. And I think the thing is, it's really important to understand the one singular primary reason that your client hires you in the first place. And if you understand that reason really well, and you can focus on that reason and solve that problem super specifically, that's extraordinarily powerful. And it's something that in my company, when I started, and this was a massive, massive problem, we were way too broad. And so even today, we are niching down and trying to focus on what are the primary reasons that a client hires us in the first place, and how can we just focus on solving that better than anybody else. The reality is, if you solve that need really well, you'll be worth a hell of a lot more to your clients, and also you'll be worth a lot of money to higher ticket clients because you're better at solving that very specific problem. On a practical level, if you want to align your services more with your clients, just go and ask them, what is the main reason that you hired me in the first place? And understand why they're paying you any money at all. That's really it. This video doesn't have to be that complicated. It's just most small agency owners don't stop and think, what are the main reasons that a client hires me in the first place? If you have too many different reasons, then it's probably a good idea for you to figure out which reason you want to focus on and build a business around that specific reason, which is one of the things that we did. To be honest, a couple of our clients hired us for different reasons, and we realized that we were serving too many problems. And so we're now dialing in on one very specific problem based on what was the most painful client problem that we solved. What was a client problem that we solved that they were like, oh my God, thank God, that was so painful for us. We really needed you in that situation. We were so waiting for your help. You find that kind of problem, and there's for sure other companies who have it as well. Fundamentally, the difficulty of running a service-based business, because you put in man hours, as a person, as a human, you can probably solve more than one problem. And so many times service-based owners find themselves trying to solve multiple problems, which I know that I did as well. But the reality is when you want to scale something, just having a really specific problem that you solve really well, I think is extraordinarily beneficial. It makes it way easier to do the marketing and the messaging. When you go to a business, you know exactly how to tell them what you do. This is something that I am 100% focused on in my own company right now, because we have scaled, but we have been far too broad historically. And that's one of the big reasons we haven't been able to scale as fast as I want. I fundamentally believe that in order to really cross a threshold in growth, you have to be very specific about the messaging, at least to grow to a certain size to start with. Anyway, if you have any other questions or comments, leave them down below. I try and read them. I record every day, so I have opportunities to reply to those, and I take as many opportunities as I can to do so.